Hey YouTube family, welcome back to a brand new adventure. And today we are stepping into the endless golden heart of the African savanna, one of the most breathtaking, dangerous, and important places on Earth. Before we begin this journey filled with drama, suspense, and the secrets of the wild, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because what you're about to witness is not just a story of animals, but the story of life itself, and how this land shapes the destiny of our planet. The first sight of the savanna is unforgettable. An ocean of tall grasses stretches endlessly to the horizon, shimmering beneath the fierce sun. Acacia trees rise like watchtowers, their flat crowns silhouetted against the sky. But beneath this quiet beauty lies constant motion. Herds of zebras and wildebeest graze cautiously, always alert. Elephants march in slow determination. Giraffes move with graceful patience, while lions crouch low in the grass, their golden coats blending perfectly with the land. Hyenas circle in the distance, vultures spiral high above, and crocodiles lurk silently in the rivers. The savanna is alive with tension, every sound and every shadow a reminder that survival is never guaranteed. And nothing captures the power of this place more than the Great Migration. Imagine millions of wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles moving as one, a living tide surging across the plains in search of fresh grass and water. Dust clouds rise as hooves thunder across the earth, the ground shaking beneath their weight. Rivers turn into battlefields, crocodiles exploding from the water to snatch prey, while lions and cheetahs wait at the edges, ready to strike the weak, the young, or the unlucky. It is chaos and beauty woven together, the most dramatic natural spectacle on the planet. Without this migration, the savanna would collapse because these animals do more than move. They graze, they fertilize, they spread seeds, they renew the land. They are the pulse that keeps the savanna alive. But predators are not villains here. Their role is vital. A lioness stalking through the grass, muscles tense, eyes locked on an antelope, is not simply hunting for herself. She is feeding her cubs, ensuring the survival of her pride, and maintaining balance. Without predators, herbivores would multiply unchecked, devouring the grasses until the land turned to dust. Each chase, each hunt is part of an ancient cycle of balance. For the antelope, escape is survival. For the lion, the hunt is life. And for the land, both are essential. Among the giants of the savanna, elephants stand apart. They are not only the largest animals here, but also the great architects of the land. With their tusks, they push down trees, opening new grasslands that feed countless other creatures. With their trunks, they dig deep into dry riverbeds, bringing hidden water to the surface, water that birds, antelope, and even predators will drink. They carry seeds for miles, planting forests as they travel. They shape paths through the bush that smaller animals follow. Without elephants, the savanna would slowly close in on itself, and the delicate balance of grassland and woodland would vanish. These giants remind us that survival here is not only about strength, but also about the role each creature plays in maintaining the whole. And when the sun sets, the savanna transforms. Golden light bleeds into crimson, and soon darkness sweeps across the plains. This is when the true suspense begins. Zebras huddle close, ears twitching, their stripes confusing in the dim light. Antelopes stand frozen, muscles tight, ready to bolt. Giraffes sway gently, but their eyes never stop scanning. In the distance, deep roars echo. Lions calling to one another, claiming their territory. Hyenas reply with laughter that chills the night air. Leopards emerge from the shadows, moving silently through branches and grass, unseen until it's too late. Crocodiles slide silently onto the riverbanks, while hippos, calm by day, now lumber out to graze, their bellows shaking the air. The night belongs to hunters. Every sound is sharper, every movement more dangerous. An owl swoops silently on a mouse, a jackal darts after a rabbit, a hyena trails a wounded zebra. The stars burn bright overhead, but on the ground, the savanna feels endless and full of secrets. Life here never rests. It only shifts from one rhythm to another. But for all its danger, the savanna is not chaos. It is order. Every insect, every bird, every predator, every blade of grass plays a role in keeping this system alive. Termites build towers that rise from the earth, their underground tunnels recycling nutrients, their mounds becoming homes for lizards and birds. Dung beetles roll their prizes across the plains, cleaning waste and feeding the soil. Vultures circle overhead, stripping carcasses clean before disease can spread. Nothing is wasted here. Life and death are not opposites. They are partners in an endless cycle of renewal. Beyond the drama, the savanna's importance reaches far beyond Africa. Its grasses act like a giant sponge, capturing rainfall and slowly releasing it into rivers that flow across nations, feeding farmlands and cities. Its trees store carbon, cooling the planet and balancing the air we breathe. The rains that sweep across the savanna are part of global weather systems, carrying moisture that affects lands thousands of miles away. Protect the savanna, and we protect ourselves. Lose it, and the consequences ripple across the earth. Yet the savanna faces threats greater than any predator. Fires, once natural, now burn too often, set by humans clearing land. Forests vanish to make way for farms and roads. Poachers hunt elephants for ivory, rhinos for horns, lions for trophies. Rivers shrink as water is taken for agriculture. Climate change shifts the rains, leaving the land scorched and the herds desperate. Piece by piece, the balance breaks. And when the savanna suffers, the whole planet suffers too. Still, the savanna is resilient, as it has been for millions of years. The rains return, grasses rise again, herds follow their ancient paths, and predators reclaim their place. It is a reminder that while fragile, nature has the power to endure if given the chance. For us, the challenge is clear: to protect this place not just for its beauty, not just for its animals, but because its survival is tied to our own. The story of the savanna is one of connection. A lion's roar, an elephant's march, a zebra's leap, a termite's tunnel. Each one seems small in isolation, but together they form the rhythm of life. Remove one, and the rhythm falters. Remove too many, and the song of the savanna fades. To walk here is to feel the heartbeat of the earth itself, steady and powerful, yet vulnerable. As dawn breaks again, the cycle continues. The sun spills light across the plains, turning the grasses gold once more. Herds move cautiously toward waterholes, predators retreat into shade, and the endless dance of survival begins again. In this land of extremes, every day is a new chapter in a story that has been told for millions of years and must continue for millions more. And that is why the African savanna matters. It is not only the home of lions, elephants, zebras, and giraffes. It is the cradle of balance, the engine of climate, the heartbeat of Earth. Its survival is our survival, and its protection is our responsibility. So as we leave the golden grasslands behind and carry their story with us, remember that the fate of this place rests not only in the hands of those who live beside it, but in the hands of all of us who share this planet. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. As the morning deepens, the savanna comes alive with energy. The cool air of dawn fades, and the sun climbs higher, bringing heat that shimmers across the plains. For the animals, this is the hour of movement. Herds of antelope, wildebeest, and buffalo drift toward the waterholes, their hooves pounding a rhythm into the dust. Birds rise in colorful flocks, filling the air with calls that echo across the land. Every step, every sound carries meaning here, for in the savanna, even the simplest actions shape survival. At a muddy waterhole, drama unfolds every day. Elephants arrive in great numbers, their massive feet sinking into the wet ground as they spray cool water over their backs. Calves stumble and splash, shielded by their mothers. Zebras follow cautiously, ears flicking nervously as crocodile eyes break the surface of the water. Antelope linger at the edge, waiting for a safe moment. In the distance, lions crouch low, their gaze fixed on the vulnerable creatures that gather here. The waterhole is a place of life, but it is also a place of danger. Predator and prey meet here, not by choice, but by necessity. The gazelle that bends to drink cannot ignore the thirst burning inside its body, even as its heart races at the thought of lions nearby. The crocodile hidden beneath the surface waits for that moment of hesitation, ready to explode in a flash of violence. For the elephants, the waterhole is more than a drink. Their digging creates channels that allow water to seep up for others. Even in their survival, they share with the rest of the savanna. But it is not only the great animals that shape this land. Insects, often overlooked, are the silent engineers of the savanna. Termites, in particular, are master builders. Their mounds rise like fortresses above the grass, some taller than a human. Beneath the ground, vast networks stretch for meters, where they recycle dead plants, enrich the soil, and control the growth of grasses. These mounds become oases of fertility, sprouting plants that feed antelopes and offering homes to lizards, snakes, and even birds that dig into the soft clay. Without termites, the cycle of nutrients would collapse, and the savanna would lose its richness. Birds, too, are everywhere, their presence constant and vital. Vultures circle high, their sharp eyes scanning for carcasses. They arrive quickly after a kill, cleaning bones before disease can spread. Hornbills hop between branches, their calls echoing like laughter. Secretary birds stride with long legs across the grass, hunting snakes with deadly precision. Oxpeckers ride the backs of buffalo and giraffes, plucking ticks and parasites. Each bird has a role, each call a signal, each movement a piece of the savanna's story. The Great Migration, when it returns each year, is not only about animals moving. It is about survival on a scale that defies imagination. Imagine standing on a plain as far as the eye can see, and everywhere there are wildebeest, zebras, gazelles, millions of them, moving together in endless lines. Their hooves stir up storms of dust. Their calls form a roar that fills the air. Predators follow, knowing opportunity comes with the herds. Lions strike from the edges, cheetahs sprint into the chaos, hyenas chase the weak. But the herds endure, for the strength of migration is in their numbers. When they reach rivers, the drama reaches its peak. Banks collapse under the weight of thousands pushing forward. Crocodiles strike, jaws snapping shut with terrifying force. Some are taken, but the herd continues, driven by instinct older than memory. On the far side, the survivors rest briefly, but soon they move again, for migration never truly ends. It is life in motion, shaping the land, feeding the predators, scattering seeds, carrying nutrients across the plains. For predators like cheetahs, this is the time of opportunity, but also of challenge. The cheetah is the fastest land animal on Earth, capable of reaching speeds no other predator can match. Yet its hunt is short and desperate. A cheetah must succeed quickly, for its body overheats within minutes of a sprint. If it fails, it risks collapse. If it succeeds, it must eat fast before hyenas or lions arrive to steal the kill. Even in success, there is no peace. The cheetah lives on a knife's edge, surviving through speed and precision in a land ruled by strength. Lions, in contrast, are creatures of power and cooperation. A pride works together, lionesses spreading out in silence as they circle prey. Communication is subtle, a flick of the tail, a shift of the head. When they strike, it is with unity, and the grass explodes with energy as antelopes scatter in panic. Yet even lions face struggles. Rival males battle for dominance, their roars shaking the night. These battles are fierce, often deadly, for the winner claims not just territory, but the future of cubs yet to be born. For a lion, strength is survival, but leadership is everything. Hyenas, often misunderstood, are more than scavengers. They are skilled hunters, working in packs with intelligence and strategy. Their jaws are powerful enough to crush bone, their endurance unmatched. While lions inspire awe with their roars, hyenas dominate with persistence, harassing prey until exhaustion breaks it down. At night, their eerie laughter echoes across the savanna, a sound both haunting and powerful. Yet even in this world of constant struggle, moments of peace exist. Giraffes stretch their long necks toward the treetops, plucking leaves others cannot reach. Their movements are slow, graceful, almost dreamlike against the chaos of the plains. Buffalo gather in massive herds, their unity a shield against predators. Warthogs kneel on their front legs to graze, their tails sticking upright like flags as they run. Even the smallest creatures, the meerkats standing tall as sentinels, the mongoose darting through the grass, add to the savanna's rich mosaic of life. The climate of the savanna is its heartbeat, and rain is the pulse. The first storm of the season is a spectacle beyond words. Dark clouds gather on the horizon, the wind shifts and lightning cracks the sky. The smell of wet earth fills the air before a drop even falls. Then, in an instant, the heavens open and rain pours down in sheets. The land drinks greedily, dust turning to mud, rivers swelling, grasses rising overnight. For the animals, it is salvation. For the land, it is renewal. Without the rains, the savanna would wither and its heartbeat would fade. But with rain comes challenge. Floods transform dry plains into rivers, stranding young and weak. Predators thrive in the confusion, while scavengers wait for opportunity. Still, the rains are life. Each blade of grass that rises feeds the herds. Each swollen river sustains the cycle. Each drop a reminder that the savanna is a land of extremes. Harsh and generous, dangerous and nurturing, all at once. As the day grows hot, animals seek shade. Lions sprawl beneath trees, bellies rising and falling as they rest after a hunt. Elephants fan themselves with their ears, dusting their backs with soil to keep cool. Antelope cluster near bushes, wary but still. The air hums with insects, cicadas buzzing relentlessly. The savanna at midday is a place of stillness, yet beneath that calm lies readiness, for the struggle of survival never truly rests. The importance of the savanna cannot be overstated. Its grasses feed some of the largest migrations on Earth. Its rivers sustain nations. Its animals are symbols of strength, endurance, and beauty. And beyond Africa, the savanna affects the entire planet. Its ecosystems regulate climate, capture carbon, and maintain balance in ways that reach far beyond its golden horizon. To lose it would be to lose a piece of Earth's heart. As evening approaches, shadows stretch long across the land, and the savanna stirs again. Herds rise, predators wake, and the golden glow of sunset paints the world in fire. It is a cycle that repeats endlessly, day to night, rain to drought, life to death. A story millions of years old, still unfolding each moment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. As the final rays of the sun sink below the horizon, the African savanna transforms once more. The blazing gold of daylight gives way to a canvas of deep purples and blues, and with it comes the sounds of the night. A lion's roar cuts through the stillness, carrying for miles, declaring dominance, sending a shiver down the spine of every creature within earshot. Hyenas answer with their unsettling calls, filling the darkness with laughter that is anything but joyful. Leopards emerge silently from the shadows, their rosetted coats melting into the branches, their movements as fluid as smoke. This is the hour of stealth, where silence reigns, and where survival depends on every sense being alert. The nocturnal world of the savanna is every bit as intense as the day. Owls spread their wings and glide noiselessly through the night air, eyes glowing as they hunt small rodents that scurry beneath the cover of grasses. Bats dart back and forth, catching insects that rise in great clouds under the moonlight. Nightjars sing their rhythmic calls, blending into the vast soundscape. For many species, darkness is a time of fear, but for others, it is opportunity. The balance continues, just as it has for ages. Waterholes become even more dangerous under the moon. The surface glimmers with pale light, masking the lurking danger of crocodiles beneath. Thirsty animals gather cautiously, hooves pressing softly into the mud, ears twitching at every sound. The quiet steps of predators draw closer, invisible until the moment they strike. Yet, life must go on. Every sip of water, every cautious step toward the edge is a gamble in this land where survival is never guaranteed. And yet, the savanna is not only about danger, it is about resilience, cooperation, and connections that stretch far deeper than they first appear. Consider the elephants again, whose migrations carve paths across the land, opening up clearings where new plants can sprout. The seeds they carry in their dung create future forests, spreading life wherever they travel. Their digging creates new waterholes that sustain countless other species. They are gardeners of the savanna, shaping it with every step. Even the smallest creatures play roles that seem invisible at first. Dung beetles roll their precious finds into spheres, burying them underground, fertilizing the soil for grasses that will one day feed antelopes and zebras. Ants spread seeds and aerate the earth. Termites recycle fallen wood, returning nutrients back to the soil and creating mounds that influence where water collects and plants grow. Life here is a giant circle, and every creature, large or small, carries weight in keeping the system balanced. It is easy to look at the drama of lions hunting zebras or crocodiles snatching wildebeest and think that the savanna is only about battles and survival. But when we look deeper, we see that cooperation and contribution matter just as much as conflict. The savanna is not merely a battleground, it is a masterpiece of balance. The Great Migration is proof of this. Millions of animals move in unison across the land, driven by ancient instincts, shaping the environment as they go. They trample old grass, fertilize the soil with dung, and spread seeds across vast distances. In their wake, new plants grow, feeding insects, birds, and eventually new generations of grazers. Predators follow, but even they keep populations healthy by taking the weak and sick, ensuring that only the strongest survive to carry forward the lineage. Without predators, herds would grow beyond what the land could sustain, stripping it bare. Without the herds, predators would starve. Every life connects to another, woven into the story of the savanna. The savanna also plays a role far beyond Africa. Its grasses and trees capture carbon, helping to stabilize Earth's climate. Its vast landscapes store water, feeding rivers that stretch across nations, sustaining millions of people. Its biodiversity is a library of resilience, holding secrets of survival that humanity still struggles to fully understand. To protect the savanna is not only to safeguard elephants and lions, it is to safeguard ourselves. Yet the savanna faces challenges greater than ever before. Climate change shifts the rains, bringing longer droughts and more unpredictable storms. Fires sweep across the land, sometimes natural, sometimes man-made, altering habitats faster than species can adapt. Expanding human settlements press against the edges of this wilderness, fragmenting migration routes, reducing space for herds to roam freely. Poaching threatens iconic species like elephants and rhinos, stealing them from the future for short-term gain. Each of these threats chips away at the balance, and the risk is not only for animals, it is for all life that depends on this ecosystem, directly or indirectly. But there is hope. Across the continent, communities and conservationists are finding ways to protect the savanna. Reserves and parks safeguard crucial habitats. Anti-poaching patrols risk their lives to protect endangered species. Education programs help people see the value of keeping wildlife alive rather than exploiting it. Ecotourism provides income while preserving nature, proving that a living lion is worth far more than a hunted one. With global support, the savanna's story can continue, not as a tale of loss, but as one of resilience. Standing on the savanna at dawn, when the first light breaks and paints the land gold, it is impossible not to feel its importance. The sight of a herd of elephants walking across the horizon, the sound of wildebeest hooves drumming the earth, the sudden burst of speed as a cheetah chases its prey. These are moments that remind us that this land is alive in ways that stir the soul. It is a place where life and death intertwine, where beauty and danger coexist, where every breath carries the weight of millions of years of evolution. The African savanna is more than just a place. It is a teacher, showing us the importance of balance, of cycles, of respecting the connections that sustain life. It is a reminder that no species stands alone, that strength comes not only from power, but from cooperation, adaptation, and resilience. To lose it would not only be to lose lions, elephants, and giraffes. It would be to lose a part of ourselves, a piece of Earth's beating heart. So, as we step back from this journey, as the virtual dust of the savanna settles in our minds, let us carry its lessons with us. Let us remember the thunder of hooves, the call of lions, the whispers of wind through the grass. Let us remember that this world, wild and untamed, depends on us as much as we depend on it. Protecting the savanna is not a choice. It is a responsibility. Hey YouTube family, if you've stayed with me through this incredible adventure across the African savanna, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. This land is magical, powerful, and essential for all life on Earth. And if you believe, like I do, that these stories need to be told, then please, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Together, we can keep the spirit of the savanna alive, not just in videos, but in the real world, for generations yet to come.